well. So
Yeah.
I was just wondering, who are these weird creatures coming to our house and home?
Well, it's just amazing to get this close to primates, and what a privilege, and being able to spend time with them and get a close-up look.
Nearly finished the film,
like you can see the little baby
hearing from Borneo, and next we're going to hear
and Mum and Dad just hanging out in the forest. It's an absolute shame to see that our forests get cut down and these guys lose their home, but you can just see how fantastic orangutans are. And I take my hat off to people like Dr. Goldacast, Bertay, who have spent the time and the effort to keep these guys safe. And just remember, take your rubbish with you and take your belongings. Otherwise, you find these guys wearing them. Oh, cool! Iskander is a guide here, and he comes looking for them.
Okay, we're just going to get the lights.
There is another film coming, but because we've got limited time, I've got that many films, I didn't know what to show you. The one I was about to show is Komodo, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a little break for a little while. I just wanted to tell you that Camp Leakey, I guess most of you may have heard this week that Jane Goodall died, right? She was one of 3 incredible women that gave up their lives to save primates, which are our closest relatives. And it brings a tear to my eye when I work with these guys, because I look at them, it's like looking in a mirror. They're as smart as us, they're as incredible as us. The thing that they've got going for them, they still have their instincts. And that's the biggest thing. You know, we sit too much in our head and we forget to go back to our heart and our natural instincts. So going back to that was in Borneo a number of years ago. But Barute Godakas has spent 50 years with the orangutans. 50 years. She's been the longest person to stay in one habitat to protect a species of animals. And she's incredible. And Jane Goodall did the same thing with the chimpanzees. And Diane Fossey with the gorillas, and we all know what happened to Diane Fossey. And if anyone doesn't, she was murdered trying to protect these beautiful animals. So that was a very special program I wanted to show you. Of course, Tassie is where I was born, so the first film was about Tasmania, to show you some of the incredible characters down there, but to also show you the most carbon-rich rainforest in the world, which today is still getting clear-felled. You know, the last habitat for many endangered species is still getting clear-felled under really weakened environmental laws that have been weakened under this fake green energy program that we're running right now. Yes, we had to get off coal and everything. You can see a lot of my films address that problem, but it also addressed that there's the deforestation. Pesticides are as equally as damaging, and guess what? That dialogue's just been lost. And under new green laws, they can clear forests that they were never allowed to clear before. So that makes this green energy that we should be turning to, the way that they're doing it, even more lethal. So we've got lots of problems to solve. We can do it, but the first thing we need to respect is that biodiversity is the most important thing on this planet. So that's why I showed you those couple of films. Tasmania, incredible. I was born there, living proof. Fantastic things come from Tasmania. And then Borneo. Who doesn't love Borneo? And who doesn't love the orangutans, the chimpanzees, and the beautiful gorillas that these amazing women protected? So now that's the first 2 films. We've got a big lineup tonight, so there's lots more coming. I also want to introduce Aldwyn, because I couldn't run this day without Aldwyn. She's been doing Animal Action Day for how many years? 19 years. So I'm just going to hand over the microphone to Aldwyn, and she's going to introduce and talk to you a little bit about the background.
Thank you. Lynn Sutherland, how good was that, hey? Amazing. Such a great collaboration. Lynn's been a fantastic supporter. The two Lynnies, in fact, have been fantastic supporters of animal action events over the last 19 years. I cannot believe it's been 19 years. That's longer than a lot of marriages. Who's married here? Okay, hardly anyone. All right. Well, changing times. Who wants to be married? Oh, no one. Okay. Oh, one person. Tracy is in the matchmaking field. Yeah. I'll consider it. Oh, look, I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here today. I was in a yoga class this morning and I actually got emotional in the yoga class, and I thought of who would be here today. And I thought these people that turn up today during NRL Grand Final Day, which most of us didn't even know was on. However, it is on, and a lot of people did know it was on, and this is why some people couldn't make it today. However, the fact that you are here, I was thinking these people that turn up today, these are the animal action warriors. These are the warriors. These are the ones that are going to make a difference out there. And never underestimate the ripple effect of a little action that you can take for animals. Because with some of this footage that you're going to see today, some of it may upset you, especially the next film, Land of the Free, which has been over 20 years in the making. And I truly want to honour you, Lynn.
The other Lynn.
The other Lynn, both Lynns. That's right, Lynn Santa. I really want to honour you particularly because you know you're dealing with a mother who's very, very fragile in hospital, and you almost weren't going to make it today. And this screening of Land of the Free is the first time that you are in the room for a public screening when this film has won over 50 awards or so around the world. Extraordinary film with some big celebrities in it: Priscilla Presley, Tippi Hedren, some other huge names, Cliff Simon, who passed away since he was in this as well, and of course Jane Goodall as well. And the work that you've done and the stand that you've made to help end trophy hunting of endangered animals is extraordinary. And what an honour it is that we have Lynn in the room, and it's the first public screening of this film, which is amazing that you're about to see. So I particularly want to honour you. First one you've attended, yes. First one she has attended out of all the award wins across the world. First one she's been in the room, which is extraordinary. The animal action events started in 2007 here on the Gold Coast. We had 7-day events initially. We had over 30 performers and speakers at our initial events. And most of them were held around Southport area, mandalas. Anyone remember the old mandalas at Mermaid? We had a few there. We had some at Currumbin. We've had them all around the Gold Coast. And the reason it started is because for years I'd seen animal cruelty and had been very, very upset by what I'd seen. Anyone else get very upset when they see any animal cruelty? Yeah, very upset. Like seriously, I don't get angry very often, but when I see someone being cruel to animals, I'm quite happy to hurt people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? With love, because hurt people, right? And hurt people hurt animals. And this is where we need more healed people. I know we've got a lot of conscious, healed people here in the wellness space and in the conscious space, and I want to honour all of you too who've been a stand for that, for actually lifting the consciousness on the planet to help shift the way that we're doing life. So 2007, I was there watching a film called Earthlings, documentary. Anyone seen Earthlings? Yeah, very, very hard documentary to watch. It's all about how humans have treated animals over time. How we've used them for food, clothing, scientific research, some never before seen footage. Some footage a lot of people would say, I can't watch that. That's too hard to watch. And yes, it was. Yes, it was really hard to watch at times. In fact, so hard to watch, I literally had to, it's so hard to watch, you've got to sort of turn away, but then you want to see what's happening, and it was like that, right? And by the end of this documentary, which you can see for free online, by the way, we've got a Conscious Community Global Facebook group which has the documentary in there. I was literally holding my throat and crying at the end of this documentary, and I thought to myself, I've got to do more to help animals. I've got to do more. What can I do? What can I possibly do as little old me to make a difference for animals? And I sat with that and I didn't know what I could do. I felt helpless and hopeless to really make a difference. And then it just so happened at the time I was in this landmark course. It was a self-expression and leadership program, and the whole idea of this program was to go out in the community and do something you're passionate about. Now this same program, people created Clean Up Australia Day, Are You OK Day, Daffodil Day, all came out of people that did this exact same program. And by the end I thought, okay, I'm just going to put a fun day on for animals. I'm just going to encourage everyone to take action for animals. Okay, what do we call it? Being a journalist for over 20 years, I thought, okay, play with some words. Animal Action Day came to me. And I looked online, there was no other Animal Action Day anywhere in the world. Hence, we started the world's first Animal Action Day. And a few of you were here in the room. Who was here at that very first event? Thank you, Lynn. Were you there, Tracy?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I might have been.
Yeah, you might have been. Yep, a few of you. So thank you so much. And now, here we are. Every year we've raised funds for different charities. And the whole idea is to raise awareness, appreciation, and respect for animals. So this is also about celebrating animals, right? It's celebrating and it's encouraging awareness so that when we connect with animals, we get to see how amazing we are as human beings, as individuals. We get to see how connected we all are. If you look at bonobos, who knows about bonobos here? Chimpanzees at 99% of the same DNA or so with a lot of chimpanzees, and bonobos are particularly a lot like humans. And I was shocked when I heard about bonobos, that they did 69 and all sorts of, girls sleep with girls, and it's like it all happens with the bonobos, right? Check it out. The videos are online. I was shocked, right? But I thought, well, humans do this. Animals go sniff each other's bottoms, don't they? They just, there's no shame. They just get out there and have a go, see who smells good to them. It's all vibration, right? It's all... So we're not going to be sniffing each other's bottoms today, but what I want to say is, thank you, because everything you do to share what's happening here today, to share some of the things that you're learning, to sign a petition, there's something we can all do. Share on the socials. I encourage you today to take photos, take lots of photos for social media. Hashtag Animal Action Events or Animal Action Film Festival. Get the word out about some of these extraordinary films you're seeing today and share the love. And thank you. I really want to, it might be a small group here, but never underestimate the ripple effect that a small group can have. In fact, a great quote I love by Margaret Mead. It's a small group of thoughtful people can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. We've got Robert Roytel with us. Thank you, Rob, for doing the filming. Appreciate you very much. We're going to have a set up here for our speaker panel afterwards, and we're going to have we've got thousands of dollars of raffle prizes. Thank you to Hippocrates as well for giving out. You've all got a free acupuncture session there on your chairs. Thank you so much, and some amazing books there. Take Control of Your Health as well, that we'll be giving away today in the raffle. Some of you extraordinary presenters here as well. So a huge thank you to Hippocrates, amazing place. If you haven't been there, check it out, Madhuba. And all our raffle prize donors really appreciate you. You'll be able to get tickets in the break, and we do have access to credit card facility if you do want to do a tap on that. And we're raising funds for Aussie Wildlife today and for other animal charities, okay? So all the money goes to a good cause. And that's about it from me. I'm going to hand back to the amazing Miss Linda Sutherland.
I need to say thank you to Lynn, because we're about to show her film, Land of the Free. 20 years, I do believe, in the making. So when you actually stand up for things, it's not necessarily a commercial operation. So a lot of it is done in love. So I just want you guys, while I'm going to push play, to put your hands together for Lynn Santa. This is a film you don't want to miss. Going back to the beginning.
Warning, the images and content you see in this video might be disturbing to some people. And we live for the joy of the hunt.
Increasingly, and hopefully before it is too late, humankind is discovering that we are not masters of this planet and everything on it, but rather the custodians of it. However, there is a group of people who don't want this message heard.
It was the Safari Club.
Safari Club.
Safari Club is just a dirty word. Safari Club International.
Safari Club International must stay out of Africa, stay out of Botswana, end trophy hunting now.
And you don't need to pre-book any animals because we are breeding 6 people on our property breeding animals. Right.
Yay, Cecil, eh? You're looking for his brother now, sir.
It's even happening, guys.
Wow. Yeah, Cecil was a black maned lion. I'm gonna cry. God, excuse me. And he had several cubs, and all of them were put in a situation where they were allowed to go out into this area, and the hunter would have every opportunity. He couldn't miss. It wasn't hunting, it was just plain murder. Just murder.
It's because of Safari Club's international point system that Cecil the lion was lured out of sanctuary and shot with bow and arrow, taking 40 hours to die in terrified agony. The infamous American dentist Walter Palmer, who killed Cecil, is a member of Safari Club International, who would reward Walter more points for the kill because Cecil was a rare black-maned lion, and additional points for a kill using bow and arrow.
Tens of thousands of these men, women, who are involved with hunting, and they take great pride in it. They don't like to make it public, so they're where they may within each other.
I first reported this story in 2006. I was working as a television journalist for Australia's Channel 9, and I met 3 passionate activists. They were from 3 different continents, wildly different backgrounds. It all started for me when I met Merrill Harrison from Zimbabwe, Tippi Hedren from Hollywood, and Lynn Santa from Australia. Now we're bringing the darkest secrets of the trophy hunting industry, and it is an industry, out of the shadows.
They have such financial and political muscle. They are cajoling and using whatever means possible to get foreign governments to overturn bans that these countries have seen fit to put in place to protect their endangered species.
The Born Free Foundation have discovered, through lawsuits, through the Freedom of Information Act, that committees in the United States on the environment, on wildlife protection, have been populated by political donors who are exclusively trophy hunters. For goodness sake, this is like putting the fox in charge of the hen house. It has been reported that in recent years, Safari Club International has spent around $140 million on lobbying, on lawsuits, on infiltrating committees on wildlife and the environment, on trying to downgrade the status of endangered species. Billionaire member of Safari Club International Ken Berry was exposed in ABC America in 2001 for having donated $100 million to the Smithsonian Institute so they could bring in, under the guise of research, a trophy animal that he had killed.
And that was part of Land of the Free, a phenomenal documentary by Lynn Santa. It was the first time she is in the room for a public screening of this film. Look up Land of the Free movie if you want to see more about this. I think, you know, the more we can do to share the word about this and to sign petitions to stop trophy hunting of endangered animals, the better. It is absolute cruelty, and I cannot believe it is still happening in the world. It's absolutely insane. So please do your bit to make a difference. Share the love. Look up Land of the Free movie. Look up some of Lynn Sutherland's films as well. She's extraordinary. Travel Wild TV. Thank you to everyone who has supported the Animal Action events in the last 19 years. I take my hat off to you. I acknowledge you. I applaud you. It takes guts to speak up for things that matter, and it takes guts to speak up for the voiceless, for our beautiful animals on the planet. So here's to everyone taking action for the awareness, appreciation and respect for all animals. Much love to you. Let's stay in touch. You'll find all my links in my bio, in my about section, wherever you're watching this. All right, and stay tuned. We've got our 20th annual Animal Action event next year. We're going to be focusing on elephants next year, and we're going to be doing a retreat to Thailand, and potentially going to be looking at working with orangutans as well. So stay tuned. Lynn and I are going to be doing an amazing retreat next year for the 20th year of the Animal Action events. Thank you for everyone who's supported us over the last 20 years. Love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye.